Pretty good idea what everybody is here to see.
Now it's the catcher Will Smith who takes up a ball and nose throw 8 last month for the Dodgers.
Only tight spot though when you think about it, inside to the right-handers. So if you're a pitching staff, a little more work tonight with Phil Cuzzi back there. But if you remember, Chris, we've had Ian Freddie Freeman, but Will Smith, a guy who can put it together.
3-2 called, strike 3. Gavin Lux has been on one since baseball has resumed after the All-Star Run Derby champion.
The freshly reminted Dodger. And Chris, I don't know how you felt it.
Or who the Dodgers were trading for. Now 2 balls to play anywhere else. I think that it has been a good relationship for both parties. The way that he's played has an starting pretty much every day in the interim. Hernandez is one of those leaders. He'll crush one to left field. Andujar goes back. He looks up, and Hernandez has left the building. A 2-run home run for Teoscar Hernandez, his 23rd of the year, and it's 2-0 Dodgers early.
Prime example of the depth addition that we were talking about. Teoscar Hernandez.
Now it's Jason Hayward who's behind at 0-1. Make that 0-2 after 0-2 pitch. 1-2 pitch. Another strikeout for Joey Estes, but 2 runs. And Lawrence is swinging for the fences immediately on a 4.
Seen a lot from Lawrence Butler, I think, as he's continued to settle in at the top of the lineup. And that's some early aggression. First,
that tells the whole story.
Man, I think the story really was activity.
Lays off on the
Trent Rooker, Zach Geloff.
And Stone just struck out Butler.
First pitch changeup there from. But the last 4 starts or so have just been a struggle. Over his last 4.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, 1-2 for J.J. Bleday. Stone from the stretch delivers, and it's outside.
Kiermaier, you can probably make that read and find your way maybe to third base, but Andujar having to.
Best A's hitter in the month of July, 391, and he has been hotter than the sun.
Some of those decisions. Talking about a man on a mission.
At second and Bleday at first. The Dodgers lead 2-0. And that's a really good.
The pitch is.
For Gavin Stone, a premier starter at the major league level.
One at a pretty important time right now for this Dodger club.
Ball and 2 strikes to Langeliers. Got a piece of Shea's bat. It'll stay 1-2. And Shea's down on strikes. The A's get a pair hit. Going to be a fun series. Already a fun series here against the Dodgers. Joey playing a big role for Los Angeles right now over at first base with the absence of Freddie Freeman. He'll swing and miss to make it 0-2.
A long time ago, all the way back when he was with Toronto. That was something that,
on a bigger workload as well, considering all the injuries. We'll stand in and take with Mookie Betts or Freddie Freeman, a few other guys as well. One's rocketed to center, and Bleday will move on to
3/5 of a rotation there. The combined games lost over 1,200 to the IL stints. More than anybody. You can see there's guys that is really sort of taking on the plug-and-play role right now.
Get a very good defensive center fielder in Kevin Kiermaier, but a much quicker inning for Joey Estes. 1, 2, 3, in fact. Two of the great ambassadors of the game, and his son Maximus fighting a case of this young, wonderful boy can continue to get healthier and healthier because game of baseball, but he loves his boys more than anything, even life itself.
Well, there's no doubt that his team do wish Freddie and his entire family well.
Two to nothing Los Angeles in the bottom of the second.
Well, and I think Seth Brown's a name that since July of 2022. Part of that recipe that got him to the big leagues, and that's his mindset, the mental fortitude.
Off with 2 outs. Have to imagine with Stone pace level of play. And Stone wins round 1 against Zach Geloff here in the second. 2-0. Rangers lead 2-0 against the A's here early. Estes back to work. About 2 weeks prior, on July 10th. And I think there's a need at shortstop after Mookie Betts.
The confidence, you know, they're coming off a great month and the best month that we've had, like you said, in 2 years. So, you know, you're starting Butler. You can keep going, but it was nice to see the offense come alive last month.
Koch, typically a triple-headed, a 3-headed MVP monster at the top of this lineup.